Jai Shri Krishna. The story of Achyutdasji Saraswat. Achyutdasji was born into a Saraswat Brahmin family in Kada village. As per the social customs of the time, he was married when he was 11 years old. 4 years later, when his young bride died of a serious illness, he, still a teenager, was so devastated that he refused to accept any meals for 3 to 4 days. His parents have had a hard time convincing him to learn to live without his beloved wife. Soon after, Achyutdasji lost his parents to old age. Left alone without any close relatives in the world, Achyutdasji was extremely anguished and depressed. He could not bear to continue to live in his home, as memories of his happy family life were too painful for him to handle. Young, sad, and miserable, Achyutdasji left on a pilgrimage to the holy places of India, with no intention of ever returning home. A few months later, he arrived in Jagannath Puri when ShriMahaPrabhuji was camping in the city with his entourage and was reciting Srimad Bhagavad Gita for Krishna devotees of the town. Achyutdasji started attending ShriMahaPrabhuji's discourse and was drawn in towards the great Guru. When he was granted a private audience with the Guru, he broke down and cried his heart out about losing his entire family. Having patiently listened to Achyutdasji, the Guru said, "Achyutdasji, we are nothing but different forms of Bhagwan Krishna, and a small part of him resides in each one of us. That small part is called Atma, the soul. Our souls are true identity, and not our bodies, senses, mind, and intellect. All of our relationships, parents, wife, children, friends, relatives, are relationships of our body and not our soul or Atma. So, please realize yourself as your soul and stop grieving for your departed family, as your true relationship is with Bhagwan Krishna." The great Guru's words truly comforted Achyutdasji, and he appealed to the Guru to accept him as a disciple. ShriMahaPrabhuji gladly initiated him as a Vaishnav and invited him to join his entourage, continuing the pilgrimage around India. The ecstatic Achyutdasji was ready to go anywhere his beloved Guru would take him. At the end of the pilgrimage, SrIMahaPrabhuji asked Achyutdasji to return home to lovingly service Thakurji. Tears welled up in Achyutdasji's eyes as he declared that he would not be able to live without the darshan of his beloved Guru. SrIMahaPrabhuji gave Achyutdasji his wooden sandals, Paduka, and advised him to worship them. He promised to give him darshan whenever he wished for it. Achyutdasji returned home to service Thakurji and worshipped the Guru's Paduka with much love and faith. Whenever he wished, his revered Guru granted him darshan, replied to his spiritual queries, and blessed him. Sometime later, a Vaishnav visiting the Kada village informed Achyutdasji of the Guru's passing on to Golokdham to be with Bhagwan Krishna. The Vaishnav was very sad that he would not be able to have the darshan of his Guru ever again. Achyutdasji said, "I do not believe that our Guru has deserted us. Please wait until Uttapan darshan of my Thakurji." As curtains were drawn for Uttapan darshan, the Vaishnav saw SrIMahaPrabhuji seated next to Thakurji and reading scriptures. The great Guru raised his right hand to bless both Vaishnavs. Achyutdasji and the Vaishnav stood there, spellbound by the divine darshan they were having. The Vaishnav guest was convinced that their Guru had not abandoned his Vaishnavs and would always be there for him. Achyutdasji was such a great devotee of SrIMahaPrabhuji and Shriji Baba. The moral of Achyutdasji Saraswat's story is that a Vaishnava must have absolute faith in SrIMahaPrabhuji and unquestioningly believe that SrIMahaPrabhuji should always guide his Vaishnavs on the path of love devotion for Krishna, the Pushti-Bhakti-Marg. Jai Shri Krishna.